Shalom. Giving all praises to Yahweh Bashim Shai. Double honors and much respects to our apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. May Yahweh Bashim Shai's peace be bestowed unto you, hopefully elect. I'm your brother Yoel Call from Great Millstone, Orlando. And I want to start off with this here. One of many that we know all too well. Certain of these scriptures that come out over and over and over. We hear all the time. Of course, it's different when we actually have to experience it and live through it and go through it. Because just with everything that's going on right in our face, being that these simple Babylonians, especially mainly in particular when it comes to Jake, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and American Indians being too dumb and blind to see it going on right in our face. Being that we're being besieged on all sides. The enemy is getting ready to come in like a great flood. The system is being set up for ultimately that MOTB to be mandated. All right. With everything that's going on, from the wars or rumors of wars, everything that's going on, again, it's happening right in front of our face. And, little by little, through the process of gradualism. All right. Pressure from above and pressure from below. Hegelian dialectus. All right. Nevertheless, we've been given that eye salve, that special anointing to see in the midst of, all of these distractions and all this darkness. We're able to see through the grace and mercy of Yahweh Bashim Shai. As times are getting ready to get real dark, grim, gloomy, uncertain, nevertheless, we are going to, Lord willing, we are that number. We're going to have a certain stability. That's why I want to read this here in Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. Because again, we see what's going on. We see the writing on the wall, and it's going to be our strength. All right. Knowing that, understanding the Lord already foretold us of these things to happen, and here it is. People are already trying to jump ship, and we haven't even seen the brunt of the force. We haven't even seen the full force of what's getting ready to come. We haven't seen the full blunt force of the Mack truck. But, nevertheless, we see the truck coming. And while people are trying to prepare carnally, all right, nevertheless, we are, as I say, spiritual preppers. We're storing up our riches in heavens. And that's why it says, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. And Yahweh Bashim Shai Batazah, again, we are of that number. Being that we're getting ready to tap into our spiritual reserves, our spiritual bank account. Again, being that we've stored up our riches in the heavens, because again, it's as tough and tight as it is now. It's only going to get tougher and more tighter. But again, we're going to have that certain stability. And the Spirit is going to really be on us, with us, to navigate when it's all said and done. The Lord withdraws his Spirit and he turns his face and makes himself, he removes his presence. And having access to the Lord, there is going to be no access. That's why, again, the Spirit is going to be heavy on us, which we are being exercised already, to walk in the Spirit and not in the flesh. All right, because Esau, he's going to or he's already attacking everyone's livelihoods. But all these unjust decrees, you know, this whole what do you call it? I was about to say Build Back Better, which that was, you know, Biden, but this whole damn it, Jake's short-term memory, with Trump's damn, let me just look this up real quick. Slovakia. Which this is pretty much an extension of the whole Build Back Better, you know, the vibration of the beast man, you know, the Revelation 13, if you know what I'm saying. Bear with me. This whole Slovakia, a big beautiful bill, you know. So again, you know, everything's being moved into place. The stage is being set. And as I always say, man, it's just a matter of the not so major event away, you know, from this thing being in full effect. So without further ado, you know, I've got this video here. All right, fair use. Copyright disclaimer, I'm not making any monetary gain. All right. Off of this video here this is John Williams, you know, his video here, you know, it's a quick 10-minute or so video, 11 minutes. So just gonna run through this. Lord willing.
Grocery bill is climbing even though you're buying the same exact stuff. It's not just inflation anymore. Many stores are now changing prices in real time, even adding extra charges at the checkout.
These surcharges getting tacked onto the bottom of more and more bills. There's now an extra fee if you order eggs at a Waffle House or Denny's.
I'll just stop eating eggs here.
And some retailers importing goods from China, even adding a tariff surcharge.
It's called...
Slocky, let me slow this down just a bit so you can pick up on it more. Play this back from the beginning, Slocky.
Ever notice your grocery bill is climbing even though you're buying the same exact stuff? It's not just inflation anymore. Many stores are now changing prices in real time, even adding extra charges at the checkout.
These surcharges getting tacked onto the bottom of more and more bills. There's now an extra fee if you order eggs at a Waffle House or Denny's.
I'll just stop eating eggs here.
And some retailers importing goods from China, even adding a tariff surcharge.
It's called dynamic pricing, powered by AI.
Dynamic pricing is where a retailer is constantly changing the price of a product or a service. If there's more demand, they may raise the price. If there's less demand, they may lower the price.
Prices going up during peak hours. And companies are already experimenting with facial recognition to increase the prices based on who you are in real time.
There are some grocery stores that have been collecting customers' biometric data.
Americans are already financing food and drowning in debt. And now pricing is getting personalized too. So who does this really benefit? And how deep does this go? Dynamic pricing isn't new. Airlines have been doing it for years. Surge pricing on Uber, same thing. But now it's creeping into something much more basic, your weekly grocery run.
Dynamic pricing isn't anything new. Airlines and hotels use it, but people view groceries differently.
People cannot not buy food, and it also tends to be one of the largest line items in a household's budget.
So here's how it works. Instead of having a fixed price on a specific item, stores will use algorithms to increase or decrease pricing based on demand, time of day, or how busy the store is. That $4 orange juice at 9 a.m., it might be $4.50 by noon. And these aren't just pilot programs anymore. A European tech company is rolling out digital shelf tags across entire American grocery stores.
Denovation Technologies is a provider of digital smart labels powered by an automation technology that lets companies automate their labeling, pricing, product information, and promotions in real time.
Microsoft, yes, Bill Gates' Microsoft, has contracts tied with smart pricing systems too. Add in those rewards programs where you type in your phone number for a discount. That's not just for coupons, that's not for you. That's a gold mine for them. They know your habits, what you buy, how often you buy it, when you buy it, and what prices you'll tolerate for those items. And here's where it gets really wild. Some companies are already testing facial recognition in their stores. In theory, prices could become personalized based on your age, your gender, your income, and your credit score. Companies aren't doing this because they can. They're doing this because they have to. They have a fiduciary duty to their shareholders to get them the highest return on their investment and to become the most profitable company that they can be. That, coupled with over the last 2 years, inflation has crept in and made everything much more expensive. From labor, packaging, shipping, raw ingredients, everything is getting much more expensive. And at the same time, Americans are tapped out. They're not buying more, they're buying less. And shoplifting has skyrocketed.
88% of retailers say shoplifters have become at least somewhat more aggressive in the last year. That's according to the U.S. Chamber of Commerce.
Food companies can't just keep jacking prices up. People are already shifting and changing to cheaper brands or flat out skipping items. So instead, companies are turning to tech. If you can't sell more, you have to maximize every sale. Dynamic pricing allows them to squeeze out extra dollars at the register. When the store is packed, when it's late, when customers are tired, or when they know a certain shopper is less price sensitive. And it's not.
So that obviously sounds like hyperinflation, you know, which has been taught by the Apostle Gabar for a long time, you know. I'm going into